Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for this Friday, September 9th. Looking at our impact map, no significant impacts expected. Mild temperatures in the short term, but we could see some showers returning to the area later on early next week. Recent precipitation, none across the area, neither any lightning. And new fire starts have been picking up a few up across the Wasatch chain down in southern Utah and across parts of Nevada as well, existing fires in the open yellow and purple circles. Precipitation over the past 7 days on the left, you can see residual precipitation from the coolness and wetness we had up in Idaho. Not much across Nevada, and 30 days reflects the heavier precipitation we had with monsoonal activity back then across our southern areas. Our ERC map shows kind of a banana belt with our driest, most critical fuels across our central areas. To the south, still recovering from the monsoon season. To the north, still recovering from the coolness and wetness we've recently had, but there'll be some warming and drying through there. Latest satellite imagery shows mainly clear skies across our region, a trough of low pressure to our north, and high pressure building across the Pacific Northwest. So for today, the weather map on the left shows that weak ridge of high pressure building in to our west, drier air given by these tannish shades moving across the entire area. Our dryness levels on the right, you can see central and northern Nevada being the most critical, and wet both to the north and to the south. If we look at weather factors for today, on the left, humidity, again, typical single digit to 10% across parts of Nevada and even Utah, a little bit higher to our north. Winds on the right-hand side, peak wind gusts fairly light. The gray shade is 0 to 5 miles per hour, and only across parts of Utah in the south do we see some northerly winds gusting into the 20s in some areas. For tomorrow, still dry air mass given by the tannish shades across the area. You notice the tighter packing of the height lines. We'll see increasing winds, especially up across Idaho. Dryness levels, not much green anymore, but still in the yellow, slowly recovering up in the north. And weather factors, you can see up in Idaho, some of this dark green through here is wind gusts over about 25 miles per hour. But again, fuels there are just limping along. Elsewhere, not much going on with the wind. Humidity still quite dry. And then if we go to Sunday, dry air, but you see this black tongue of moisture. This is somewhat higher humidity developing in advance of this approaching trough of low pressure, something we'll be watching that could produce some rainfall as we go into the early part of next week. If we look at conditions, we still have single-digit humidity across Nevada, but we start to see moistening, 30% plus humidity up in central Idaho. Winds start increasing through here. So before any moisture does arrive, we could see increasing winds, these oranges to purples, gusts of 25 to 35 miles per hour, as well as up in southeast Idaho. And up through that point, the first 3 days, not seeing much of any significant precipitation across our area. We go further down the road now into Monday. We start seeing this trough of low pressure starting to draw in some moisture. The areas in green indicate cloudy skies, gray conditions, and showers, as well as this strip here across central Nevada. You can see our green areas and our fire potential as that moisture starts soaking into the fuels. And as we go into Tuesday, we see low pressure closing off and a lot of moisture across the northwestern sections of Nevada. You can see where those areas are in the green. And as we go into Wednesday, that low doesn't move too much. Thursday, that low actually deepens and pushes some of that moisture into Utah as well. So notice that the green expands from Nevada into Utah. Fire season really taking a hit as we go into the middle to latter part of next week. We see that on the precipitation map with this second shade of green being about 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, and locally 1/2 inch up in northern Nevada, but a large area of Utah and the northern half of Nevada where our fuels are the driest should get at least a low end but fairly long duration wetting rain. Now the long-term outlook will be probably near normal temperature-wise, a little drier than normal precipitation-wise as we go into the third week of September. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.